Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Streets Talk Football Daily. And on today's episode, Bav, the man them on some jolting, didn't show up. So I'm here by myself. So we're going straight into it, and we got to begin where else? Manchester United 2, Lyon 2. And the main talking point from this game is Onana. Onana. This guy, you could say he's a disgrace to Africa. He's letting down all black people. Every single black person is looking at Onana and thinking, nah, this guy's a disgrace. I'm looking at the game, and when the goals are going in the net, I'm just thinking, how many people are probably at home, probably, and letting the N word just slip out their mouth? Because surely the racist people, their intrusive thoughts kicked in and they're just like, Nick Nog, probably just crashing it on Onana. Because, bruv, even me, I ain't a Man United fan, but I'm telling you for free. I'm telling you for free, if this was my goalkeeper, I'd be going mad. And he even gets me mad even though he ain't my goalkeeper. The first goal, bruv, I don't even know the last time I've seen a goalkeeper do something that shocking. Because that was just a joke, man. That was a bloody joke, man. Trust me, man. The Lyon players took the free kick. And what's he thinking? Like, what is he thinking? What goes through Onana's head? I'll never know. People are gonna have to tell me what goes through his head. Ramsdale said that he loses concentration. Onana, he definitely doesn't have concentration. Nemanja Matic said this is the worst goalkeeper in Man United history. And he proved everyone right. He's got to be probably the worst goalkeeper in Manchester United's history. You don't do this. You don't do this. You don't just chuck the ball in the net. For what? Why are you chucking the ball in the net? Nah, this Onana, man. I'm telling you, he gets me mad. And then, yeah, Lyon go 1-0 up. Manchester United do well to get back in the game. Lenny Yoro, it's a great finish. Great finish from the young man. Then, second half, what happens? Manchester United, they do take the lead late on in the game. The game, it weren't. Lyon had a lot of chances in this game, to be fair to Lyon. They had a lot of chances towards the end to win the game. Lacazette, two clear-cut chances to win the game. But he didn't take it. Shanks the ball over the bar. Poor from Lacazette. He usually hits the target. That's one thing I'd say from Lacazette. He's usually a very good finisher, but he didn't take his chances. And then Bruno Fernandes, he's a moments player for Manchester United. You just know whether Manchester United are playing good, bad, or indifferent. Bruno Fernandes can step up at any moment, any given time, any opportunity. A captain. Other captains can take note and learn from Bruno Fernandes. Step up and bail your team out of trouble. Even if you're not playing well, you step up and bail your team out. That is something that Bruno Fernandes does very well for Manchester United, and I give him a lot of credit for that. Puts the ball in, brilliant ball. Xerxes, header. You're thinking, yep, Manchester United are definitely winning this game. Like, definitely. There's only 5 minutes to go. I think that was like the 88th minute. There's no way in hell that Manchester United can throw this away. ah, famous last words. So I'm listening to the game and watching it, and the commentators, I heard them say, Onana, he's staring at the crowd. And this is where the criminal proceedings need to begin. Onana, why, oh why did you stare at the fans? Why were you doing this? Why did you reply to Nemanja Matic? Why didn't you shut your mouth? Normally, people wait. You wait until you knock out the opposition before you start running your mouth. Onana, he doesn't do that. He has a big ego. His ego is much bigger than his playing ability, his goalkeeping ability. His hands are made out of biscuits. These biscuit hands, like I said, that first goal is an absolute disgrace. I don't even remember the last time I've seen such shocking goalkeeping. Someone said to me, was it worse than Karius? Of course it's worse than Karius. Yes, Karius's one, the game state was much higher. It was in a Champions League final. But what Anana did has got to go down in the Hall of Shame. It's got to go down in the Hall of Shame, especially after running his mouth. And then, if one is not bad enough, what does he do? Parries the ball back into danger. So he starts staring at the crowd. I knew something dangerous was going to happen. 5 minutes added time. And then Lyon get into the box. There's a shot, hits Onana, and he should do better. He should parry it at least away from the goal. He parries it back into danger. And then Ryan Furchi buries the ball in the back of the net. Manchester United draw 2-2 and lose the lead. So, Onana, I'm sentencing you to the worst goalkeeper in Manchester United's history. I think Nemanja Matic was right. And your sentence is you will be leaving Manchester United at the end of the season. And you might have to go and replace that goalkeeper. Where did they say? He was in the fourth division of France. So my sentence for Onana is the fourth division of French football. That is his sentence because he shouldn't be in the top leagues if he's going to play like that. Because that was an absolute disgrace, an absolute farce. But Onana is not alone in this cooking. He's not alone. There's other criminals at Manchester United that need to be taken to task. Rasmus Hojlund or Asmus Hojlund, this guy is an absolute scrub. Him along with Alejandro Garnacho, the two of them together, they need to get the hell out of Manchester United football club. The standards are on the floor. And what Manchester United need to do in the summer is start raising the floor. Forget the ceiling. The floor is so buried in the mud. It's so low. You got players like Garnacho. People are allowing them to play for Manchester United Football Club. There's no standards there. The boy is not good enough. I don't care about age. Because if you're good enough, you're old enough, and he's not good enough. He is not good enough. He can't do a simple 5-yard pass to Bruno Fernandes. Simple. He can't do it. Rasmus Hojlund is just rubbish. Absolute trash. All he concentrates on is just wrestling with people. For Premier League standards and for Manchester United, these two players aren't good enough. And me, I sentence Garnacho. He needs to leave Manchester United, and I'm sentencing him to the lower bottom of the table of the Spanish division. Elche, Levante, Cadiz, that is Garnacho's level. He needs to get out. Goodbye. And Rasmus Hojlund, your sentence is the Danish league. Probably FC Brøndby. That is your level, young man. But all in all, Manchester United, it's not the worst result. 2-2, they can still go through. And I'd say there's heavy favourites to go through because that Lyon side was so poor. That's what must make Manchester United fans even more angry. Can you imagine how poor that Lyon side are and you still couldn't beat them? But I expect Manchester United to go through to the semi-final. Whether they beat Bilbao, that is another story because I believe Bilbao will go through and beat Rangers. But yeah, oh, that's kind of it for Manchester United and the game. I'm expecting them probably to. I won't be surprised if they win this Europa League. This is something that Manchester United would do. No matter how trash they are, they seem to be able to pick up a trophy. And don't be surprised if come May in the Europa League final, there is Manchester United taking out the team that will be hosting the Europa League final, which is Athletic Bilbao. So they have Newcastle on the weekend, and the game to them, that doesn't matter. Let's be honest. People might laugh when they lose because I believe they're going to lose. They're away at Newcastle. Newcastle are fighting for Champions League. Manchester United's best hope of getting Champions League football is through the Europa League. So I probably expect them to rest some players, give Kobe Mainu a few more minutes, let some players play. You have to play Hojlund in that game. Xerxes got the winner. Yes, he could be rewarded with a start in the next game, but you'd probably say let Xerxes play the Europa League game because that is more important for Manchester United Football Club. So yeah, that's kind of it. My score prediction as well. Let's say I'm gonna say 3-0 to Newcastle. That's what I'm gonna say. 3-0 to Newcastle. Yeah, man. But yeah, we go on to the next game. Spurs 1, Frankfurt 1. And to be honest, I was more watching the Manchester United game, so I weren't too invested in this Tottenham game. I see bits and bobs. Hugo Eketike got his goal. And this is a player in high demand. He is in extremely high demand. So I expect a big move for the young man in the summer. Tottenham, on the other hand, I think they've kind of thrown away their chance of qualification into the semi-final of the Europa League because there's no way, absolutely no way, they should be drawing at home against Frankfurt. If you draw at home and you go away, nah, I see Frankfurt winning. I see Frankfurt winning that second leg. Of course, stranger things have happened, but this is Tottenham after all. They had the chance to do something. But saying that, we do remember Lucas Moura. He scored that hat-trick away at Ajax. So, yeah, stranger things have happened, man. They could easily go and get it, but I just don't see it. Not under Ange Postecoglou. Porro got the goal to bring them level. But yeah, the match ends 1-1, and I ain't got too much to say on Tottenham because, yeah, like I said, I didn't watch the game too much. But yeah, I probably expect them, their run in this competition to be over. So, next game, they got Wolves in the Premier League. They got to probably rest most of their team. Van de Ven, you can't get him injured. Hell no. So make sure you rest him. Romero, you got to rest probably at least 7 players. Tottenham, just like Man United, neither team have anything to play for in the league. So, yeah, Just rest the players and what, they're Wolves at the Molineux. Yeah, this is gonna be, I'd say 2-0 as well. Yeah, because they got nothing to play for. Next game, Aston Villa, PS3. My question kind of is to everyone is Desiree Dua, Kvaratskhelia and Ousmane Dembele, is that the best front three in the world? Is that better than Rodrygo, Vinicius and Mbappe on current form? I think they make a strong case. Of course, we know the Real Madrid players have been there and done it, so I'd probably say the answer to that question is probably no, but yeah, they are running them close, especially on form. They are running them very, very close as the best front three in the whole of Europe. That PSG, they are a force to be reckoned with in this competition. We gotta be very, very worried, especially as Arsenal fans, coming up against this version of PSG. They've won the league already, so they are in a similar situation, in a similar boat to Arsenal, where they can afford to rest all their players for the semi-final against Arsenal. I'm worried, but kind of confident. But saying that, we still got the second legs to go. Could Aston Villa turn this around? My answer to that is no. I do not see Aston Villa getting anything from PSG. I see PSG just beating them again, even though it's at Villa Park. I won't be surprised if it's like a 2-3 niller. I wouldn't be surprised because PSG, they are clearly better than Aston Villa. They are better side than them. Unai Emery, he's done a good job. Aston Villa, they've exceeded most people's expectations. That is what they've done. They've gotten to a Champions League quarter final for the first time they're in. I don't even know when was the last time Aston Villa were in a Champions League quarter final. Someone would have to tell me because I don't think I've seen it in my lifetime. I've never seen them get in the top four. So going out at this stage is no shame. It is no shame. So yeah, that's kind of it because this is another match I skimmed over. You got Kvaratskhelia. What a player. What a goal. He's just so good. And Arsenal, why did we not go and get Kevichi Kvaratskhelia? Why did we not go and get him? 60 million. What a player. Can you imagine Kvaratskhelia and Saka together? Wow. That would be magnificent. Of course, Martinelli, he's done well, but we gotta upgrade. Right now at Arsenal, I spoke about Manchester United needing to raise the floor. Arsenal need to raise the ceiling. To go to that next level, we're going to need to raise the ceiling. But yeah, and then now we go on to the big one, the biggest game of the week. And yes, all of my eyes were on this fixture. The whole world's eyes were on this fixture. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0. And this was an almighty cooking. And this is where the court proceedings continue. Docket 116. Has Mbappe made Real Madrid worse? And my simple answer to that is yes. He's definitely made Real Madrid worse. This guy is like a bad smell. He's like a bad smell. He's scoring goals here and there. Yes, he is. There is no doubt about it. He's scoring goals. But just like at PSG, He didn't get them over the line. He didn't do it in the Champions League when it mattered. Where was Mbappe? Kylian, where were you? Come outside. And then at the Emirates, Kylian one-on-one with David Raya. Where are you? Why did you not score? All Real Madrid chances fell to Kylian Mbappe, and he just didn't have it. He didn't have it. I don't know what it is. At France, in the World Cup, twice we've seen Kylian Mbappe step up. Twice. Magnificent from Kylian Mbappe. But what I'd say is Kylian Mbappe for Real Madrid, PSG in the Champions League, I feel like he's cursed. He's cursed. He's not good enough at club level to get the teams over the line. And clearly, there is a clear lack of quality from Kylian Mbappe when it comes to getting his teams over the line in the Champions League. So maybe it's mentality. Maybe it's mentality. Because PSG, they look so much better without Mbappe. They look much better without Mbappe. How? Why do PSG look better without Mbappe? Why do Real Madrid look worse with Mbappe? Why? Someone's gonna have to tell me because I don't know. Yes, they might say he's one of the best players in this generation. But what does that say about this generation? It just goes to show that this generation is not as good as people think. It's more to do with the system than actual players that are actually good enough. And that moves me on to more players. We've got Vinicius, Bellingham, Camavinga, Rodrygo. All of them had absolute stinkers in this game. Bellingham, he was getting dog walked by Saka. Declan Rice and Thomas Partey. Those were the players that you say looked like the world class midfielders. Maybe if you swapped them round, I don't know. Would Real Madrid look better with Rice and Thomas Partey instead of that midfield of Modric, who's 50 years old, and Jude Bellingham? I don't know. You could argue yes, but because they're at Real Madrid and because they've got name, people are just happy to gas them up. That is what it is. Of course, you play for Real Madrid. It's a prestigious club, but really and truly, come on. That performance was Hall of Shame level. And somebody said, Robert Pires is better than Kylian Mbappe. Frank Ribery is better than Kylian Mbappe. These are uncomfortable conversations, you know? These are seriously uncomfortable conversations because Kylian Mbappe is kind of turning into like a kick and run merchant. I can't really take him serious, you know? Oh, he's not even there anyway, man. So, yeah, man. That's kind of it, really, for Kylian Mbappe. I'll leave him because, come on, you don't want to go too hard. Because imagine Real Madrid come back in the second leg. Next minute, we're cooked. Arsenal fans, we're going to get absolutely mudded. We're going to start thinking about kicking the bucket and all sorts, doing a madness. But yeah, Rodrigo, is he better than Saka? The answer to that is no. No, no. If Saka was at Real Madrid, he'd do a lot more than Rodrigo. I don't really care what anyone has to say about that. Is Rodrigo a better player? I say no. I was never actually convinced that this guy was better than Saka. I feel like I was just gaslit. I was gaslit by people telling me Rodrigo, oh, Rodrigo this and that. That Champions League run, he came clutch against Man City and Chelsea. But yeah, Saka, we've seen him drag Arsenal from the mud. Could Rodrigo drag Arsenal from the mud? Hell no. Hell no. No chance could he do that. I'm convinced he could never do that. But yeah, who else are we gonna talk about now, man? I think we got to talk about the fans. We got people like Pabs. We got people like Fred. We got all of the Twitter trolls. We got all of these people. Don Hussam, you as well. You as well, Wolfie. There's a few of you, yeah? A few of you saying Arsenal, 0% chance. Real Madrid are gonna slap Arsenal. In what world was Real Madrid ever gonna slap Arsenal at the Emirates? That was never gonna happen. Like, never, ever, ever gonna happen. Yo, what you dare, yeah? 1 second. Yeah, man. But yeah, in no world was Real Madrid ever gonna slap Arsenal, like I say. Why is it not doing it? Yo, what you saying? You hear, yeah? Ah, you're mute, bruv. You've muted yourself, man. Literally, you might have to cut.
Can you hear
Cut.
me now?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, man. Literally, bruv. You just literally come while we're on the Arsenal segment, bruv. Literally. I'm just talking about the game, bruv. Just talk to me, bruv. Give
It's
us your
crazy.
thoughts and feelings
I'm
on the
actually
game,
at
man.
work and I'm in my car.
Oh, yeah, man. Don't worry, man. Just give us your thoughts and feelings on the
Yeah.
game, bro.
Oh, okay. The game was interesting from the first half, of course. The game had a lot of it had effects, and what I like is that from the prospect match, sometimes Arsenal's match have prospects and they don't end up, achieving or reaching those potentials. But the
Mm,
game against Madrid had that, you know, we had the danger and then we ended up, utilizing the danger and, being dangerous and, inflicting damage, which was very, 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 very important. Declan
mm,
Rice, hats off. Hats off for Declan. Declan is
mm,
it was amazing. Funny enough, I don't know why he hasn't been taking free kicks for us earlier because, I know he takes the left corner. So, and,
yeah,
whenever he whips it into the 18-yard box, it's, his crosses are really deadly. And anybody that's a good crosser will be a good free kick, taker. So it's crazy that we never really thought to use Declan Rice to play free kicks before because, in fact, his crosses are more deadly than because Saka takes the right and he takes the left,
yeah,
right? So his corners are more pinpoint, more he knows how to whip it into the box, and also
yeah,
it's really boggling that we've never really told him to try free kicks before.
yeah.
So
It's usually
yeah,
our
but apart
captain.
from the free kicks, though, remember, remember my prediction was 1-0 Arsenal to
Mm,
win.
yeah,
Um, apart from Declan Rice free kicks, we did win 1-0. You get the free kicks were just, I'm not counting the free kicks. I'm like those were just magical moments of the game that Declan stepped up and damn, it was amazing. I was
mm,
at work when he scored, but I was like streaming on my phone and I saw the
mm,
free kick and I was my like I lost my mind literally seeing the
mm,
goals. Yeah,
yeah,
Declan is good. So although I expected more from Real Madrid, you know,
yeah,
even when Carlo said that he will sit back more and allow Arsenal to attack. But I didn't know I thought he was trying to play mind games. But
yeah. I
I don't
told
know.
you,
I
you
think
don't
the
need to.
mind games
Remember, I
played
said you
him.
don't need to play mind games.
Yeah, yeah, you did
Real
say you
Madrid.
don't need to play mind games. You did say. But Uh, for me, I don't think Madrid really stepped up at
Yeah,
the Emirates. Hopefully, we see what they bring to the table at the Bernabeu.
yeah,
But Arsenal stole the show that night. Arsenal, they were amazing. Um, I don't think there
yeah,
was
man.
anybody left out. For me, I don't think there was anybody left out. I think the whole team,
Do you think the whole?
especially,
I was gonna say, do you think the whole team stepped up? Because I don't. I think we had a passenger. We had a passenger in that game, which is our captain. I I gave him a 10 out of 10 in my match reaction, but when I actually think about it, I don't
yeah,
remember Martin Odegaard doing anything in the whole game. Like, there's not one moment I can think about. Oh, this is what he done. I can think of everyone in the whole team. They all done something that I was like, I clapped.
yeah,
But him,
yeah.
I can't remember. You might have a different point, a different opinion, but I
No,
don't.
no,
You
no.
might remember.
Funny, you're right though, because funny enough, I didn't. I wanted to say this, but I didn't want it to look like I was throwing the captain under the bus, because for me, he was the player that was kind of invisible in the game. He wasn't. You wouldn't really see what his contributions were. You wouldn't really see where his impact was.
Mm,
He was just that extra man in the game. That person that completes us 11. But
yeah,
there wasn't really any impact per se. But I didn't want to say it that way, because I didn't want it to look like we're throwing him out of the bus, because the team is a unit, and I feel if they played like a unit, everybody will uphold their own end. Hats off to Thomas Partey. I did mention in our previous chat that Thomas was going to be my man of the match, and
mm,
frankly, I feel if not for Declan Rice's two free kicks, I think
mm.
Thomas Partey is still match, because hats off to Thomas again. He just knows how to own the midfield. He has this level of confidence. He
Composure.
has this level of
He's so
mastery.
he's
Yeah,
so composed
composure.
in the
He
ball.
has this
Like,
level of yeah, yeah. He doesn't. He knows how to soak in the pressure. He knows how to.
mm,
There are some passes that, hats off to David Raya too. Our goalkeeper was our 11th on-field man, and I like that he
mm,
played that way. He came out to support the
yeah.
team. Like, he
Splitting
wasn't in his post
passes.
all the time when the team was with the ball. He came out and joined them. To be that extra man on the pitch, to make it more difficult for the Real Madrid team to really attack the ball. And
Yeah,
he
because
had
it
this
was.
good link up with Thomas Partey.
Yeah, he was composed.
Yeah,
He'll
he had
wait
this good
till
link.
Mbappe and
He
the
was,
other player
yeah,
comes towards him, and then
he was. You
break the
get,
lines and take them both out the game. So yeah, very good,
yeah.
very good man. Mm.
It was, because that's why I say hats off to him, because imagine the caliber of players Real Madrid have. Imagine seeing Mbappe, Vini Jr., and
He's a Real Madrid fan as well.
Rodrygo, and you're not scared. Like, you're not afraid to, like, trap.
Mad thing.
Mm.
Oh, you still there? Yeah, it's kind of dropping out. But yeah, man, you still there? Yeah, bro.
So yeah, I do feel I do feel it was a great performance, and congratulations to Arteta.
Mm,
I feel he has won the tie. I'm not trying to be boastful, but
yeah,
I do see Arsenal getting more goals at the Santiago Bernabeu.
yeah, I see that too, man. Let me grab a quick score prediction from you.
at the Santiago Bernabeu,
Hmm.
1-0 Arsenal.
Oh, fair enough. Considering Real Madrid have never scored against us, and that is the crazy thing. Like literally, they still haven't scored against us. If we said this a week ago, Arsenal would win the tie 4-0. People would have been trying to lock us up and put us in a mental home. Because I actually think we're gonna win the. I think we're gonna win at the Bernabeu as well. That's what I think as well. I think we're just gonna dump on
Yeah,
Real Madrid
you know,
again.
people have this notion. I've been seeing on Twitter and everywhere. Everybody's saying that Arteta is going to pack the box on at the Santiago Bernabeu. He's going to play nine defenders. People just really chatting, and but I'm like, I don't see Arteta doing that. I see Arteta taking the game back to Madrid. I see him coming out in the Bernabeu and playing. I see him attacking.
Mm,
Yes, I see Madrid going all out and everything, trying to get 3 goals in the first half, but I think that's where they're going to have their slip ups,
mm.
because while they're trying to make the attack, any slight mistake, and we have a counter attack to
Sterling's back as
Martinelli,
well
and once Martinelli screens, I don't need
for
him on my
pace.
team. I don't
No, I'm
want to see
saying
him
for
on
pace.
this.
For pace late on in the game, innit?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sterling is a good player to put
Mm.
in the 75th minute. Just to walk the game over and let it run its course.
Yeah, man.
While
Because because
I see us still having the lead in the 75th minute on aggregate. So.
yeah, because the what game was it? The last game he played, the PSV game. Like he was sold. That's his best game in the Arsenal shirt. If we can get that version of Sterling from the 75th minute onwards, it's gonna be a danger. Big, big danger. Yeah, man.
It is because as long as much as Madrid is looking for a goal, they would really not want to concede more against Arsenal.
Mm.
So they'll be really watching their toes. I know it's going to be a very difficult game for Madrid more because, like I
All
said,
the
I don't see
pressure's on
Arsenal
Madrid.
sitting back. Yeah,
Mm.
all the pressure is on them, and Arsenal hasn't conceded more than 2 goals since like
Mm.
September 2023. So
Yeah.
it's a real big um plus, and we do have
Yeah.
a good away record, especially in this Champions League already. So I feel the tie is dusted. I
Yeah.
feel we won the tie at the Emirates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just make
Yeah.
smart
My
decisions
my
and see the
question,
game to
yeah,
the
my
end.
question for you, yeah, because I'm saying we should just play our usual game. It's 0-0. Forget about the
Yeah,
first leg. Let's
yeah,
just play our
yeah,
game. Do
yeah,
you think that we should
yeah.
do that or park the bus? What do you think?
Nah, like I was just saying now, people have this, misconception that Ateta is going to park the bus
Yeah.
at Madrid, and I'm like, he really shouldn't do that because first
Yeah.
of all, the only time Arsenal really pack the bus is maybe when they're probably a man down, like
Yeah.
against the Man City game when we got when Trossard got a red card, and
Yeah.
that was actually the only reason we didn't pack the bus initially. We were
Yeah.
going at them, we were leading actually till the red card, and then some vital changes had to be made. So yeah,
Yeah.
they have the red card actually, so I feel we should be comfortable. The boys should just go out and enjoy their game.
Yeah.
I see the boys having fun that day.
Yeah.
No matter the outcome of the results.
Mm.
Madrid's still a big name and still a big team. I don't expect them to lie down, right?
Mm.
But still, I believe so much in our work. We're
Yeah.
saying something about Kivio and him replacing
Gabriel.
Gabriel, but you know, Kivio being there I feel he actually um made a very good impact that day.
Yeah,
He played very well.
yeah.
He
Shaky to begin with, but he grew into the game.
he in fact we almost didn't notice that Gabriel wasn't in the team because of
Yeah,
you know he was
yeah,
impact
facts.
and all.
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah,
mm.
big
Yeah,
ups to
big
the
facts,
players.
man.
Like I said, my hats off to each and
That's
every
what I'm
one of
saying.
them.
Like, there's
Yeah,
so many players we can pick up. Miles Lewis Skelly, like 18 years old. I don't know if you've seen the clip. He's put the ball through Camavinga's legs and then
and
I
Valverde,
think, and
yeah,
Valverde's legs.
Valverde, yeah.
Put it on the plate for Martinelli, who flopped. All right, strike. But this boy, like, this is a star in the making. He's so calm. And the way he put the ball through Camavinga's legs and then just he threw him on the floor. He's so strong. That is what we want. Him and Timber. This is probably this is Ashley Cole and Lauren part two, you know. This is literally Ashley Cole and Lauren. Ben White, I feel so sorry for. He's not getting back into the side unless
You
Miles
know,
Lewis Skelly goes
yeah,
into the midfield. That's the only way he
yeah,
gets back in.
yeah, and it's really funny because these two, Lewis Kelly and
They
Timber,
look the
really
same.
got, bruh.
His Lewis Skelly's mum thinks she gets confused. They look the same, same build, same everything. Literally, same
Yeah,
hair, same
yeah,
little
same
afro,
here, same like
skin
you get
complexion. Yeah,
same. They're almost winning, and then they're now
yeah,
playing different sides of the wing back. So
yeah,
and it was only when they got an opportunity because of injury, that
yeah,
Arsenal really saw. It's just like Ethan Waneri. Like
yeah,
Waneri now is when Saka got that injury and then he just came and exploded on the scene, and you get. So I see the team having potentials. In
yeah.
fact, I'm feeling Arsenal should field Waneri, give them a chance at the Bernabeu. Like, let them go out and have fun. Like, the young boys, the youngsters,
Yeah, he
go
should
out
definitely
there.
get a run now.
Yeah, you know,
Because if he scores against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, that could make his career.
you
It could
get,
literally make his career. Can we just
yeah,
imagine, Ethan? I'm going
yeah,
to the game tomorrow, innit?
yeah.
I'm trying to go and feel that carnival atmosphere, man.
It'll
Yeah,
feel
man.
really nice. It'll feel really nice. And, they'll still go into the momentum playing Brentford in the weekend tomorrow. We know with the
Man.
same. We're home tomorrow, right? Yeah, we are home.
Yeah, yeah. Brentford 5:30. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I feel
But
I feel
yeah,
like this.
I was gonna say before you come in, I was just cooking. I was cooking everyone. I was cooking Mbappe, had the absolute stinker, overrated player probably. People gas him up too much. He's come to Real Madrid, they've got worse. He's left PSG, they've got better. People have said he's not better than Robert Perez. Boy, whether you want to agree or not, people are saying that. People are
Yeah,
saying he's not better than Rubery. Whether you want to agree with that or not, that's up to you. You've got Vinicius. Vinicius, you see the Brazilian teams, the Real Madrid of old? Would this guy get anywhere near these sides? Realistically, they had Ronaldinho, Robinho. Nah, he's not getting over these, man. Surely not.
nah, nah, nah,
Kaka.
nah. He's not. I really don't want to say that Vini is an overrated player, but um, he is
No,
talented, right? He
no,
is
I said
talented, but
overrated in terms of they're comparing Mbappe to
no,
Henri.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Henri, you can't
No,
compare
Henry,
Mbappe to Henri.
Henry,
Come on.
Henry. People chat football like it's I don't know. There's some criterias. Okay, now they will tell you that uh, Mbappe won the World Cup. Trophies matter, yeah, but um, individual attributes and your inputs.
Mm.
Like you just said, you said something now. Do you make a team better, or is a team better off without you? Those are part of the things you look into when you're checking how good or how impactful a player is. Like you
Yes.
said, PSG seems better without Mbappe.
They've
And
won the league with 6 games to go and they're invincible.
you get
They've not lost
you
a
get
game.
they've
So
they've
definitely
they've
better.
they've won the league. They're still in the Champions League without
Mhm.
Mbappe. Meanwhile, I do think Madrid look less, what's the word now?
Scary.
Dangerous with
Yeah, they look
Mbappe.
scary. Yeah.
You get, yeah. And they're supposed to be more scary. That's the
Yeah.
funny thing. They're supposed to look more fierce. They're supposed to look more dangerous now. But like I just look at them and it's like they're struggling. It's like I'm kind
Mm.
of seeing what was going on in PSG happening in Real Madrid. Good players, but everybody's trying
Yeah.
to win the Ballon d'Or individually, and they're just going out for their own, sticking out their own for their own necks,
Mm.
and not really um
They're not team
playing with the
players, man.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Football is a
And
team
Mbappe is
sport,
not a team
and
player, man. Yeah.
if you can't,
Oh, think he dropped out. But yeah, man, like I'm saying anyway, man. Mbappe, yeah, he's done well. He's gonna go down as one of these players in this era, one of the best ever players in this era. But if you watched football back in the day, you'd know Mbappe would just be like any other player. He wouldn't be a special player. He's got pace, yes, and that's probably his best attribute at this moment in time. So that's kind of it for the Arsenal talk. We got Brentford next. Oof, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to that game. It's just all about vibes. Oh, you're back, yeah? You're back. But yeah, I was kind of gonna wrap that up in it because Javi Alonso. And big up to
yeah,
all the 11 people in the building, man. Smash the like button. Drop some comments below. What do you think? What's your score predictions, people, man? Big up to yourselves, man. Big up to you. But yeah, what do you think about the Arsenal game? And Xabi Alonso's due to take over from Carlo Ancelotti. I believe they're going to sack him at the end of the season. You think that's a good move for
that's
them?
harsh.
Mm. No, it's
That's
harsh, but
harsh.
Real Madrid, innit? Standard. Someone's got to take the blame, and it's not going to be Mbappe.
Yeah, definitely not. I still think Mbappe still has more years in Madrid. I think if he signed 5, right, or 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I don't even know. Yeah.
he still has more time to redeem himself. He still has more time to
Mm,
win the Ballon d'Or, what he went there for, and the Champions League, of course. So,
mm,
but I don't think this is his year because, unluckily for them, they drew Arsenal. So
yeah. He's
maybe
cursed, man.
next
He's
time.
cursed. Yeah, man. He's cursed, man. But yeah, literally, I think he's a curse. Like like when your parents say like, don't bring that boy to my house. He's the devil. That's Kylian Mbappe. Wherever he
That is
goes,
him.
bad things follow. Kylian Mbappe is the devil in
Well, I
disguise.
feel, I feel is because these young players, they come into football and they get this enormous amount of pressure put on them, with the whole hype, and the hype gets to the head sometimes.
Yeah,
So him playing in Madrid right now, he's playing more for himself because he came to Madrid for one reason. He came to Madrid to win the
with the
Champions
Ballon
League,
d'Or.
win the Ballon d'Or. So
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
imagine Vini there trying to win the Ballon d'Or too and win the Champions League. Imagine Jude Bellingham there trying to win the Ballon d'Or too. So it's going to be
Too much
more of
egos.
a you know they yeah they'll be having um a little teamwork between them. Not so much
Yeah,
teamwork between them because they can't really. Everybody's trying to stick out for their own necks. Everybody's trying to be individually brilliant, and also
yeah,
I think is what's really affecting the Madrid team. And
yeah,
I think is one of the difference between teams like Barcelona. Barcelona knows how to drill it into you that you're playing for the team, and no matter how big of a star you are, you still walk around the team and work with the team because
yeah,
it's teamwork and the sports spirit that makes whatever goal you want to achieve happen with your
yeah,
team. You can't even Messi did everything he did. He didn't do it independent of his team. He had to do it with his team. He had to
yeah.
work with his team to achieve whatever. So I think Mbappe needs to, you know, go to a team that, because Madrid in it, you get
Mm.
everybody in Madrid is trying to,
They
win
got
it
their
for
own.
themselves. So
Yeah, they got
imagine a
their own
team where, imagine
ulterior
a
motive.
team, yeah, yeah. Imagine a team where 3 or 4 people are in the Ballon d'Or race. So,
Yeah,
and it's
man.
not like
So
back at then when Javi and Iniesta were in the Ballon d'Or race too, but you know they were in the Ballon because of how good their team was, not how good they were individually. It was
yeah,
about their
facts.
impact in their team. It was
Yes,
about their impact in their team. It was about what they was
they played as a
delivering in the
team.
team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you remember that,
Nah,
yeah, you
go on,
wanted to say
carry on,
something.
carry on.
Go ahead.
Nah, carry on, carry on, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, remember that year, I think 2009 to 2012, when Barcelona got named one of the top 10 best sports teams in the world, not just
Okay.
football, like
Mm.
general
Yeah.
sports. I think they were second or first. I can't remember at that point, but I think it's when Pep Guardiola was still in Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
No matter the quality of players Real Madrid have, I don't think they
Mm.
can reach that point because they do have the quality players, but those quality players are not
Yeah.
playing for,
Yeah. They don't
they're
play as a
playing for
team. It's
themselves. Yeah,
individuals.
exactly,
It's
exactly,
like kids on a
exactly,
playground. That is how I
exactly,
describe Real Madrid.
exactly.
When I saw them play against us, that was such a poor side. They had no shape, no togetherness. Everyone is just out for their self. And then you see
Yeah,
Camavinga at the end. He just typified what we're saying. He just kicks the ball away and gets sent off. He was missing the second leg anyway, and he just said, "Let me make this about me, get the red card, have an early shower." And that was quite embarrassing. That was very embarrassing
very
from him.
embarrassing for a team
This
of
role,
their capacity. It was
yeah,
embarrassing.
man. Yeah, man.
For
This Real
for for
Madrid,
for for the
they're
for
not who
the
we
for
think
the
we are.
defending champions, for them to be defending champions and put up this performance,
Yeah,
it's
it's
yeah,
pathetic. And we
yeah,
ain't gonna get to cook Real Madrid much because they're the biggest club in the world and they've won the most
yeah,
Champions Leagues. You get
yeah,
me? So
yeah.
we just gotta
I get
enjoy
it.
it right now, but Real
Yeah,
Madrid hold that. And I'm sentencing Real Madrid to no trophies this season. They're gonna
they're
get
they're they're
slapped in the Copa del Rey.
they're getting there. They're getting there because they haven't
Mhm.
beat Barca this season at all, and I think it's Barca they're playing in the finals of the Copa
Yep.
del Rey.
And
Yeah,
then they've got the league, 4 points behind. They're not winning the league. And what you say they're out, I'd say they're out. So they're gonna go trophyless. And then that's like a war crime. If you go trophyless at Barcelona, I mean at Real Madrid, you get the
at
sack.
Real Madrid.
Yeah. If you don't win a trophy, you get sacked. You can't you can't do what Arteta's done 5 years with no trophy. You can't do that. It's criminal.
It's
So,
criminal.
boy,
You be
and
jailed in Madrid.
bruv, this is what I'm saying. The Barca fan, I mean the Real Madrid fans, they're going crazy. They want Carlo Ancelotti's head on a stick. They are looking for him. Like they are after him. They all want him gone. Of course, if Ancelotti was at our club, if he just won one Champions League, we'd have to build a statue. If Arteta wins this Champions League,
He's definitely
We have to
getting a
build a
statue.
statue. You have to give him a statue because no
He's
one else has
definitely
done it.
getting
Yeah, man. But
true.
my so what I'll ask you is, what do you do for the Brentford game? Do you rest the whole squad? Rest the whole 11? How many changes would you make?
Mm,
Saka and Rice are fit because remember they
all of
both went
them.
off.
Like I would rotate the players, but but I'll really rotate the players. Like I'll switch them up.
Yeah.
Getting one into the mix. I
Ranieri,
saw
Trossard,
Saka
Sterling.
limp off against Madrid, so I don't know how fit. I don't know how fit
No,
he
I just
is.
said him and Rice
I
are
don't know
fit.
whether
Him
he'll
and Rice
future
are
in the
fit.
Saka leg.
Him and Rice are fine.
So
They're fine.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I think we're good. You know, I think he should just really rotate the squad. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Although
Ben
for
White,
some reason, I still
Zinchenko,
think we do
Tierney.
have it. I still think
What?
we have a chance.
Where?
All Liverpool needs to do is lose two games, and it's on. And Arsenal win the rest of their games. If Arsenal win the rest of their games, and Liverpool lose two consecutive games, taking in mind that they're still going to meet us, I think we stand a chance. So he should just have that championship mentality. I've noticed something about winners. Winners have a mentality.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should go all out. I'm not saying he should, but I feel he should still have that competitive mindset, just in case. You never can tell what will happen. So,
Mm. No, I hear it,
yeah,
man.
there's still
Me,
21 points to go. If we can
yeah,
get all 21 points and make
yeah,
sure Liverpool drop some, like
mm,
us, I think they
yeah,
still have Chelsea too. So, right.
yeah. Nah, I
Like,
can't even
I fancy
see it.
we have it.
I can't see it
Fancy
because
we have a
Salah's
chance.
just literally signed a new contract today, so they got West Ham, I think, tomorrow. They're gonna slap them. They're gonna slap them, man. They're gonna be giddy. Salah's got the new contract, and then there's 6 games to go. 6 games to go with 11 points. That's way too much, man. They just gotta win 3 more games from now. They got 7 games to win 3 games, and we ain't got to drop points. The Champions League has got to be the priority because if any more injuries happen, we're already cooked as it is. Imagine Saka goes down because we're trying to go for this league that we ain't gonna win, or Declan Rice. There's so many players. Thomas Partey, he's usually injury prone, but somehow this season he survived. He survived this season. We can't afford to play our players, man. And I wouldn't do it personally, man. I I disagree, man. I'll make as much changes as I can. The league is done. I'll chuck it away. I'll chuck it in the bin, man. You got a score prediction for this Brentford game?
Yeah. Um, Brentford is a really troublesome team, and they know how to
Yeah, we
attack
beat them
too.
3-1 earlier at their home.
Um, I don't know. Depending on the people we played, depending on the people we failed, I don't know. I'm maybe 2-1. I'm guessing 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go with a 2-0, man.
Yeah.
Literally. So that's kind of it for the Arsenal one, and then we just look at some Premier League games, man. What's score prediction for the lunchtime kickoff? Manchester City versus Crystal Palace.
Um, I think Manchester City are going to win because
Mm,
they really flopped on their match with Manchester United. So
mm,
they'll be willing to get back in scoring form. They'll be willing to get back in winning form too. So I'm going
yeah.
to give it to Manchester City. Although no disrespect to Crystal Palace, I do
Yeah.
see how they try to put up the fight most of the time, and their impact and all. But I still think Manchester City will have the win. I still
Mm,
think they're going for the win.
yeah, I'll go with I'll go with 2-2, man. I'll go with 2-2. Desmond. Liverpool versus West Ham. Yo, you there? But yeah, I'll go anyway. I'll go first. So Liverpool, West Ham. I'm going with 4-0 to Liverpool. I think this is gonna be a walk in the park. Walk in the park, definitely, man. And then
I think Liverpool are going to draw that game.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And last game. Oh, I didn't even do the Man United game. Manchester United against Newcastle for you. I've already predicted a 3-0 win to Newcastle. What do you think?
Um, you said Newcastle 3.
Yeah, 3-0. So that's St. James's. Man United got to rest players after what Onana did.
Um, I don't think Man United will go down that low, though. I don't think they'll go down without a fight. I think they'll find a way to sneak in a goal. So I
Hmm,
say maybe 1-1
okay.
or two
Uh,
one to the St. James's Park.
yeah. And then Wolves, Tottenham. Wolves at home. Tottenham also got to rest players. I believe I predicted 2-0 to Wolves.
I see Tottenham losing again.
Mm, yeah.
I see Tottenham losing again.
Okay. What's the score? What you reckon?
They won't go down by much, so maybe 1-0
Yeah,
to
that's fair.
Wolves.
Yeah. And last game, we got Chelsea versus Ipswich. Obviously, Chelsea won 3-0 against some farmers from I don't even know. No one watched that game, I don't think. But what do you think the score for this Chelsea Ipswich game is going to be?
I think Chelsea are gonna walk them, so 2-0 Chelsea.
And I'm going with 1-1. Don't ask me why. I just, yeah, I don't trust Chelsea, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you jumping on anyway. I know you was at work and that, man. Love for that, yeah. All right, then, man. People, thanks for all 10 of you and stuff joining in. Love for the love. And I'll see you next time, people. Another episode of Streets Talk Football Daily. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop your comments if you think Mbappe is an overrated player. He's no more than Robert Perez back in the day or Ribery. They're both better than him. But yeah, man, I'm out, man. Come on, you Gunners. Bless.